All right, so I just came from watching the skits. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going? When was this skit made though? Is what I got a question. I think in another video I watched oppressive impressive. She did a video on this, and I think that the skit was done in like 2019. But I'm just like, what made them think that that shit was okay? Like for real, what made them think that that shit right there was okay? It's almost like the bots are losing touch with reality, you know. I don't even get why this skit was made. I don't get why, because I also heard in the presser video that they left the skit up for like since 2019. They just recently took it down because it was complaints about it. But what made it them think, anybody who watched it, the people who posted on their website, anybody who was involved, the film crew, you telling me that nobody was like, yo, this shit is kind of weird. Like you doing a whole skit about the mind of a pedo and trying to make it funny. Hell, hell, motherfucking nah. So I will leave a link to the skit where you could go and watch it and everything. Let me give you a little rundown on what's happening. Tiffany Haddish and this Aries dude is getting sued by the parents of the children that was in these very inappropriate skits. You know what? I don't even think I'll finish it because I ain't see the skit with the girl in it. Um, so in the particular skit with the boy, Tiffany Haddish had asked to, I guess, borrow somebody's son to do this skit, but she didn't explain to the parent like what type of skit it was. I don't even think that she explained to the parents. It's like I'm hearing a conversation. I'm sorry, I'm starting to get info. Like I'm hearing a conversation, and from the conversation, it sounded like Tiffany and Aries really thought that this was going to be funny. Like I'm hearing them sitting having a conversation and they joking about pedos being funny. I think it started out because I'm hearing him mention somebody that they know in the industry, and they have an assumption that this person is a pedo, and they talking about how creepy he is. Okay, they talking about how creepy he is, and they laughing about it, and they be like, "Yo, this is a good skit," but it celebrities, they live in a different world. They live in a different world, and they really do get like desensitized. And because if you look at my Drew Barrymore video, you will understand better, because Drew Barrymore, her parents was having her, I mean, young. She drinking 9, 10 years old, drinking alcohol at parties with grown people, staying the night at grown men houses. A kid, after the club, you will see a grown man carry her out the club. And he taking her home to his motherfucking house and then gonna tell the media that they friends. Bitch, okay. So when it comes to Hollywood, like this shit has been normalized. Like I, I'm talking about in ways it's real deep because it's ingrained in some of their philosophies. Because when you go into Hollywood, there's a lot of different organizations, a lot of different cults in Hollywood, but they all have like a similar method. And within those cults, they teach like a whole different philosophy, like um a Lester Crowley or whatever. So a Lester Crowley, which I really did want to read his book, but I just never got the chance to actually do it and everything because it interests me in the sense that I just want to know what their mindset is like. That's what I be thinking when I be reading shit. Like, I just want to know what their mindset is like. Like, how do they think? How do they proceed? Um, I just haven't gotten a chance, but for some reason, like a visual of him is coming up. Because he was really good friends with celebrities. And when you look into Satanism, they basically telling you that it's okay for you to have like your dark desires, and it's okay to act on those dark desires. That's what they basically telling you. Like, Satanism is a religion for insecure people, not just insecure people, but people who have been severely broken, especially in their childhood. That's why it was so popular in Hollywood. Because when you severely broken in your childhood, you grow up with all these insecurities. You grow up with this hate. You grow up with desires that has been installed into you. And you have the rest of the world telling you like those desires are wrong. And then you have one motherfucker who come along and be like, you know what? Fuck the rest of the world. There's nothing wrong with your desires. You are meant to have these desires. So now he making people feel okay with shit that they need to actually work on, with shit that they need deeper understanding on. But you don't find that in Satanism. You don't find deeper understanding of self. You find deflection. You find motherfuckers who justify their dark desires, act on those dark desires, and feel justified because now they have a religion that they can refer to that justify the desire for them. So, it's a lot of that in Hollywood. Like, it's a lot of that bullshit in the industry. Like, I picked up on a few of them. I picked up on one, Drew Barrymore. I picked up on another one when it came to, I don't know, John Legend wife. I did a reading on her some time ago. She was also a part of one. I want to say Orlando Brown, but Orlando Brown's situation is just a little bit different. Just a little bit different because, it's hierarchy to this. And you know what? A lot of shit that Orlando was saying was actually like the fucking truth. You just have to think of it like in a different context. Like when he said that Michael Jackson is his daddy, and if you go listen to my reading, you will understand, like, there's a possibility that they did use Michael Jackson DNA to create not just him, but a few of these motherfuckers. So, but they create these systems for these celebrities to keep them kind of like under control. Um, They already know. I'm telling you, like, they have centuries. Centuries. I'm talking about, go back to the fucking Egyptians, okay? Because that's really what they got it from. Of psychological trauma, breaking people in certain ways in order to be able to control them, in order to make them into complacent slaves. They have centuries of research, study, philosophy, and they have completed something that for like maybe the last century, they perfected it. They perfected it so much that, you know, it's hard for people to even tap into who they are. But it's changing though. It's changing. Cause you know, that's why I'm feeling like this shit with Tiffany Haddish and shit is really hitting people hard. Because there was a time that this would have kind of went under the radar. You know, people might not have necessarily thought it was funny, but people may not have made as big of a deal about it as they are now. But it's because, like, we are not just looking at the television, the computer screen, the cell phone. We ain't just looking at the video. We picking up on the energetic vibe of it. We picking up on the symbolism behind it. We picking up on little micro interactions between people. Like, we are picking up on those senses. Like, we are growing more senses. That's why we are able to pick up on shit. That's why I keep telling people that in the future, it's very important to lead with integrity and tell the truth and to treat people how you want to be treated. But not if you're a fucked up person, because some people want to be treated fucked up. You know, let's be real, okay? Let's be real. Some people are so fucked up that they can't accept love. They can't accept kindness. They don't think that they could benefit from love and kindness. So they gravitate towards being mistreated, being played, being used, being abused. Because they think that's what they deserve because they don't love themselves. So all right, so let me explain what I seen in the video. They did a skit. I only seen the skit with the little boy. And it's supposed to be about the mind of a pedophile. So Tiffany is supposed to be like a single mother, and she had his son. I also think that it's weird that the boy never had like clothes on. Like, he was in his motherfucking underwear. Goddamn. Like, how much obviously sick this shit has to be. The boy don't even have on clothes. So in the beginning of the skit, you know, she's going out to the store or some shit like that, and she need a babysitter. So she asked her uncle to babysit her son, this big ass boy that is just walking around with his underwear on. So when the uncle is babysitting, he like side eyeing the boy, cutting holes in the newspaper to look at him and everything while the little boy is playing. And then it's like some baby oil on the couch. So it wasn't no jokes, no nothing. Like, it really seemed like it gave me the vibe of that one movie that people don't talk about no more. It was a movie on Netflix about these little girls that was twerking and shit like that. That shit was insane, y'all. I need to remember the fucking name of that. It like it just disappeared. Nobody even talk about that shit no more. But it was a big deal when it came out. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. This shit crazy. So I guess the funny part is supposedly Aries being a creep, secretly looking at this boy, secretly lusting after him. So throughout the skit, it's just Tiffany being like, "Oh, uncle, I'm about to go such and such. Can you watch my son?" And him being a creep. At the end of the skit, now they have the little boy peeping at Aries, like the little boy is now a creep. You know, what I'm feeling like they are subconsciously playing out their traumas, right? In the video that I watched, they made the point that uh pedophiles was at one point victims a lot of times. Um that is the truth. It's the same boat as a lot of times when you meet gay men, not all of them, but a lot of them that I met, to be real, I'm gonna just be real, they have experienced some form of sexual trauma from another man. We also seen this with R. Kelly, but he experienced sexual trauma with a woman. That shit is just as bad, I'm telling you. And it's not taken seriously, especially in the black community. You know, you lose your virginity at 9 years old to a pedophile woman, and people be like, "What you complain about? You a man. You got laid this early. You a man." They would really say shit to you like that in the hood. So it's like they don't even know how to feel about it, you know? Because at one point, people telling them like they shouldn't feel bad about it. So a lot of times, these little boys turn into sexual devils. A lot of times. But you know what I'm noticing is that we live in a simulated reality. Like I'm just very convinced of that because it's just so evident. It's very evident. So we live in this simulated environment, and a lot of times with these celebrities, they put these celebrities in situations where they will be traumatized, just so that they can break them and then bring them into the industry. But first, they have to break them. All right, let's just get into it. Who we want to start with? I want to start with Aries. Oh shoot, wrong way. Come on, oh, Lord have mercy. I first just want to tap into like what type of person Aries is, you know. He's a piece of shit from what I'm seeing. Like I did see something about him saying something about Lizzo, which really didn't make no sense. When I was looking at him saying that shit about Lizzo, I was convinced that this motherfucker had mental issues. I just couldn't believe that him sitting there looking how he looking have the audacity to say shit about Lizzo. Like, damn, she big, but she pretty and she talented and she a good ass entertainer. It's a lot of good shit that you could say about her. But you want to take one shit and you want to talk about her weight when you is overweight. You just want to find anything to bring her down. That let me know that he's a very traumatized person and he got some real deep issues. And he think pain is funny. Oh, child, I just can't even imagine people being around him in real life because I really think that he's sick in real life. And he think it's funny, and that's what's dangerous because he don't take other people pain seriously. And then I get a vibe about, it's something weird about Tiffany, but it's giving me similar vibes to Orlando Brown. It really is. Like, I don't know her story, her history and stuff, but what I do notice is that a lot of times these celebrities will have like missing parents or really fucked up relationships with their parents. Something. It's almost like their childhood is very vague. And it's a reason for that. So, all right, let's tap into Aries. What type of person? Oh, it's Aries. Ooh. Mm, mm. It came out sideways, so I'm taking both attributes. Oh, I kind of just like fell out, but I'm gonna take them. All right. Mm. Trickster, transcending conventional stuffiness and predictable behavior, manipulating others through duplicity. Yeah. Hmm. What I'm getting from this card, like I'm getting a feeling like that the people around him like really suffer. Like he the type of person that the people around him will start to have mental issues just dealing with him because he's like mean, but he tried to play it off like it's a joke. He's manipulating, but he tried to make it seem like he didn't mean no harm. Like he could do something horrible to you and you crying and he'd be like, you taking it too seriously, stop being a punk. um he would make you feel shame about your pain, and people around him start to develop like certain type of fears, like just being themselves. It could even be like a family dynamic, which I wonder if he's married or whatever. I'm gonna look that up in a minute. It could be one of those family dynamics. You ever went over like somebody's house and they family is just like mean to each other all the time, but it's like they joking, but it's not funny on the outside looking in. Like this shit is really hurtful because the shit that they joking about is real shit. It could be like, that's why you pissed in the bed last night because you dream about that person hurting you again. with your scary self. I don't know. I can't replicate it because I don't joke like that. Fuck that shit. I don't joke like that. And I don't let people joke with me like that. Like, you start joking with me like that, it would end our friendship. And I had that happen before. I had a friend who, like, she was real harsh, rude as fuck with her words, a Aries. And I really had to tell her, like, look, I don't like being called a bitch. You know, she was doing it like, it's supposed to be like, you my bitch, like, you my bitch. But no, she would call me on the phone, be like, bitch, what the fuck you doing? Da, 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 da. I'm like, girl, I don't like that. I don't like that. Cause she would be disrespectful, but she making it seem like it's love, you know? That's what I'm getting with him. Mm. Falsifying information. Detective. Falsifying information. I don't know. What I'm picking up from this is actually that it's something about Aries that I really don't even feel like he real. And if he did have a soul, I don't think that he has it anymore. Um, it's something about him that made me feel like his whole life is falsified. Like, if you was to look into his story, look into his family history and shit, that's not even real. It's not even real. I have to look it up, y'all, because I'm real curious about, like, is he married? He got kids? Aries, comedian. And his last name is Spears. He do have a son. He do have a spouse, but they're not together anymore. They was married for 4 years. To be honest, I don't remember anything that he was in, like any movie, TV show, or anything. I just don't. Now, his mother is Doris Spears, which is a singer. Interesting. A jazz and blues performer. But yet, his dad is unknown. Similar to who? Orlando. I mean, shit. I mean, he ain't a real person. Like, I believe that he's one of those laboratory celebrities. And his mom must have been, like, what they do is they take women who are in the industry trying to become famous, and they desperate to become famous, and then they have somebody come to them and be like, can you give birth to this child? Can you give birth to an industry child? And then they do it for something. And a lot of times it's not even like money. They might even give you like a position, but take it away from you. Like, let's say that she agreed to have this industry baby to be on a TV show. And then they get on the TV show, after one season, they get canceled. They would do shit like that. Imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring illegitimate constraints. The bully card didn't come out, but from this, I'm getting that he is a bully. But I believe the bully card didn't come out because he doesn't intimidate people. He manipulate them, make them feel like, you know, their emotions, the way that they feel about something. Like he would gaslight people. It came out reverse. He would gaslight people. And with this liberator card, I feel like these are people that, like his son. I wonder how his son is. He probably low key messed up, to be real. But people that he is like supposed to help, people that he's supposed to like sponsor and be looking after, he manipulates and abuses those people. Ignoring legitimate constraints, and he crossed people boundaries on purpose. And he used his fame to do it. He one of those people that he make you feel like you have to sleep with him. You have to do really foul things in order to get into the industry. It's not even that I feel like he's a gatekeeper. It's more so that I feel like he's somebody that they use. Like if somebody is coming in the industry and they knew, they would send somebody that is like a handler to you. This handler is going to teach you all the ropes. They're going to teach you what you need to do, how to get into certain doors, but they will actually send Aries to people, but he might not tell them that. Like he will come up to them and introduce himself and act like a friend. And then he will convince that person like, look, I'm going to be real. If you want to get famous, if you want to get into the industry, you got to go suck his dick. But real shit. This is something I feel like he said. Like, you got to go suck. You see that man right there? You got to go suck his dick if you want to get into the industry. It's no way around it. And he would convince these people like it's no other way. And then if these people was to like be like, no, that's not what I want to do, or I'm gonna try to do it a different way. At first, before he get them blackball, he will first make them suffer. Ooh. Like play games with their career. Like play games behind the scenes, make people cancel their shows. This is all to break them. And two, they are to the point where they like, look, I do whatever it takes. I do whatever it takes. He will break you until you get to that point. Came out reverse. I noticed that lately, the slave card has been coming out with a lot of celebrity readings. To be real, I didn't even know this card was even in the deck until I started doing celebrity readings. It's because they really are slaves. I mean, in a sense, we all are slaves in a way, but celebrities are more of a slave than we are because they have less rights. They have less freedom. Like Beyonce, she can't just walk down the street without somebody trying to do something, either trying to get her autograph or either trying to um shit, they might try to kidnap her in order to get some money. You know how dangerous it is when you got money and you walking down the street? She can't come to just any neighborhood and walk down the street. It would not be safe for her. So they have less freedom and they are trapped by that. Like if you are a celebrity, they a lot of times fear of losing their celebrity because then they will lose their protection. So that alone traps them in the industry and they just do whatever they have to do in order to stay on top so they can maintain the protection that they feel like they need. Maintain that lifestyle. It's like similar to somebody who at one point they had a lot of money and they had a drug habit like cocaine. Cocaine is an expensive drug. It's expensive as hell. Um, but let's say that they not hot no more. They lost all their money. They cannot maintain that cocaine habit. It's too expensive. So now they got to migrate to crack or something like that, which is more devastating to your body. Because a person on cocaine doesn't really hurt you as bad as like these other cheap drugs. And it's people who built like their whole career on cocaine. Okay. Cause shit, it make you into a machine. You don't gotta sleep no more. You could stay up all night. Um, it makes you feel confident and everything. It makes you feel like you could conquer the world. That's why it's a rich man drug. So when you are famous, you have access to certain things. And if you lose that fame, you no longer have access to those things. So if a celebrity was to become broke and not a celebrity no more, like their survival mode is going to be different than ours. Like it's going to be brutal for them. Brutal. Okay? They might get lucky if they have a face that people don't really remember. That's the best they could do. So, giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. Yeah. He's definitely a slave to the industry, but he's a willing participant. It's just something about Aries that it's almost like it's nothing there. Like he really feel like a bot. Like it's nothing there for real. It's like I could barely pick up on any energy. Like I could barely pick up on it. Like he's so much of a bot that he might not even been birth. Okay. He might not even been birth. He might just be like a real machine or something like that. It's weird. His energy is really weird to me. All right, so this athlete card, dedication to transcending physical needs, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. All right, so lately I've been trying to really understand what are these things, cuz I'm aware of them cuz I could see them and everything, but um I wonder like how aware they is. I wonder, do they know what they are doing, or is they just manipulated into that position? Like I wonder these things. But lately, I've been getting like the intuition that these are like condemned souls. Well, I did come across like the Nephilim, and I also came across like other explanations of these, and these people are, but I just wonder, like, is they aware that they are agents? But when it comes to him, I feel like he is. Like, he's aware that he is trying to almost gain a spirit or something. Like, he trying to hold his position as in like, hmm, these motherfuckers not real, but they trying to be like souls, but they not. They not. It's like they really are fabricated, like a fabrication of like a mental projection, but not real. But they desire to be real. That's why they attack people with a soul. That's why they attack people with a soul. Because they desire to have one, but they don't. But for some reason, they thinking that if they obtain something, that they will. Because I think like gaining a soul is like the only way to escape this place. But I think they're wrong. Like they just doom, but they don't really understand that. Okay. Storyteller reverse. Making up tales that harms others. Yeah. He really just not a good person. He lies, he manipulates, he gaslight, and he a slave to the industry. Um he lead people down dark paths. He lead people to damnation. He lead them into being condemned souls like him. But even though I don't really feel like he has one, a soul. I feel like his body is animated with something else. Okay, give me more. Refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. See, he has a certain position, okay? Um, like he's really just an agent. Like he really is only in the industry because he played a role of convincing newcomers to go down that path of condemnation, being condemned. And that's his real job. Like collecting souls. He collects souls. Yeah, I'm trying, like I know that I be at this point, I know I be really in the spiritual world, and I feel like people might want information on the physical world and stuff like that. It's just hard for me at this point to not go this deep spiritually. So I'm just gonna go with it. Okay. See, I feel like these cards coming out together. It's pointing at what I was just saying. This card that's not showing up because it's green. Is Midas and Miser. And then when I get with this Child Divine card, see, look, they even use the word redemption in this card. Innocence, purity, and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Like, I feel like these are condemned souls and they looking for redemption. And they doing this dark sided work in order to get it. But that's not how you get it. I think they just, some of them are like really confused. Some of them. So he's willing to sacrifice for it. Mm. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself are a cause. Look, he worked for an organization, and not just that, that I feel like they told him to do those skits. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life riches. Mm. Not even a real soul. What is the real reason of why he created the skit? What is the real reason of why he created the skit? He was told to do it. Oh. And I feel like it was a situation like do it or else. Oh. And with this drama queen card, I'm feeling like the whole reason he was told to do it is so that they could have something to fuck you up with. I'm feeling like this is Tiffany. This is for Tiffany. So I feel like he was the one who came with the ideal and he convinced her into doing it, but it wasn't that hard. And I felt like it's because she dealt with him before and he is good at manipulating. Like he can manipulate you in a way that you can't tell. Like I feel like he came to her like, wouldn't it be funny if we was to do this type of skit or something like that? But him, he been in the background talking. He been in the background conversating before he even came to her. Like this the card that came out last. So before he even came to her, he already had conversations with people about this ideal. And not in a manner of them like talking business. In a manner of, okay, agent, this is what we need you to do now. Because they wanted to be able to use this against specifically Tiffany when it was time. When it was time. So it's another reason behind this. Why did the people in the background wanted it done? Why did they wanted it done? I knew this networker card wanted to come out. I seen it when I was shuffling, and I just knew it wanted to conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. It's a vibrational thing. It's a vibrational thing. Conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Why did the people in the background wanted to do this? They might even wanted to do it to implement something, maybe like a new law or something, or they want to. Okay, what I'm seeing with this rescue card, and then the child card came out. I feel like they trying to build like a situation where they are somehow the heroes. So they're going to come in and be like, you know, we take situations like this seriously. And we not playing. It's like similar to the war on drugs. They started the war on drugs. But the reason why they even implemented it wasn't because of what they started. It was because of what they wanted to finish, you know. But I feel like they're trying to create a situation where they come in and like be the hero, come in and rescue. I feel like it also has to do something with change the image of the people that has been in control or been in power for a long time, because they really like panicking right now. People are just too woke at this point. People are just too caught on to their bullshit. And when the whole truth come out, when everything comes out, people gonna be really pissed at these Nephilims motherfuckers. And they know that. So they already trying to reshape people's minds against them. Okay, what else we got? Highlights your fear of self-empowerment and the changes it will bring to your life. Awakens compassion and a desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path of forgiveness. See, it's like they trying to create a situation where they want people to have compassion for them and have forgiveness. So they trying to create a situation where they come in and be the fucking heroes in some manner, or start to take things seriously, or to even detach themselves from it, you know. I feel like they about to start throwing celebrities out the bus, under the bus, because they trying to make it look like the industry ain't the problem, the celebrities the problem. Yeah. They trying to reshape your mind. Ability to give creative energy a practical expression, talent, or designing resolutions to common dilemmas. I mean, since the beginning, before they even did this skit. So they went to Aries and was like, look, we want you to do this skit. And we want you to pull Tiffany in it and convince her that it's okay. I do feel like at some point Tiffany was feeling off about it. I think that's why she lied to the parents. So then they did the creepy skit that doesn't make sense at all. And now they are punishing them for making the skit. Okay, so tell me more on that, because I want to understand, like, see, it keep talking about repairing, reconstructing, like they really like passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. They trying to make this some type of learning moment or something like that. Something like that. Something off though. Something off. Trying to see other cards that might help me to find what I'm looking for, the type of answer I'm looking for. Like, visionary. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable, what is not yet conceivable to others. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. It's something about this situation that it feels like they trying to prepare us for the truth, but they want to confuse us on it. Okay, it's like let's say that two people did something really messed up to you, and they somewhere fighting about it, and one person is like, I'm gonna make sure I tell them my side of the story before you get there. So they both racing to you. And the person who get to you first, they tell you their side of the story, but it's throwing the other person under the bus. So by the time the other person get there, you already mad at them. You already on the fence. So when the other person is like trying to explain, your mind has already been like poison to what they are saying. It's similar to that. That's the vibe that is giving me. So I feel like this is not going to play out until, because it's something we in a really strange time right now. A really strange time. And I feel like they trying to prepare us for it, but they don't want us to be as mad at them. So I feel like they're gonna start trying to show us like they care, or they not the problem. They're gonna try to like redirect our focus, but I want to see what we should be focused on. What we should be focused on when it comes to this situation. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Fear of facing your own demons. What should we be focused on? I honestly feel like we shouldn't be focused on anything that they doing when it comes to the industry, because it's really like they trying to distract us, maybe even trigger us. Oh, okay, I'm starting to understand. They trying to trigger certain things and people so that people could get consumed by their demi urges. I feel like that's why they originally made it, to trigger that. But now they trying to destroy it to kind of like backtrack, trying to make us seem like, no, we wasn't trying to manipulate you. We wasn't trying to get you to fall victim to your demiurge. We wasn't trying to do that. We wasn't playing mind games with you. We wasn't doing MK Ultra on you. No, 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 no. That's not what we was trying to do, but it is. That's why they originally made it. Cause I felt like they was trying to warp people's minds into accepting certain things. But now it's like they reneging. Cause I asked like what we should be focused on. This what came out. Vampire, femme fatale, exorcist. Highlights the erotic energy of feminine opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Vampire, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining and codependency. And I was asking like what we should focus on, and the answer is basically what I was saying at the beginning. Like we in a different time. You really need to get control of your demiurges. You really need to act with integrity. Um, do the right thing. Be good to people. Treat people how you want to be treated. Because we are in Judgment Day, and they trying to stop people from making that progress. I even feel like with them now punishing Aries and Tiffany is also a trigger. Like people who have wounds that when it comes to this particular subject, like either they was abused as a child, or even the fact that they are maybe even suffering with pedophile type thoughts and everything and feeling like guilty about it, they are triggering those people. It's like they exacerbating. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like they trying to um deepen the wound so that it don't heal. Because like the people who have like a pedophile type mindset, they probably was hurt as a child. And when they see, like they say they haven't even act on that dark desire, but when they see stuff like this, they get triggered by it. And I know that some people would think like, well, since they've seen these people get in trouble, it would be like a deterrent. But when you really understand energy and the spirit, it doesn't operate like that. A lot of times when people get triggered, they go deeper into the urges. But they understand that. They know that. They understand that. So this is not even really about them. It's not even really about them. It's about the effect that it has on our energy. It's about energy harvesting. Because those questions like we have is valid. Like whoever said this was okay, why nobody everybody who had went over this skit, who was involved with this skit, why wasn't it anybody who was like, we shouldn't be doing this? How did it even make it to the internet? A skit like that, a skit that is that crazy. How did it even make it to the internet? It's because that they wanted it to. It's all about the energy and mentally fucking you. Mm. Okay, let's go ahead and get into Tiffany.